Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Keith, and welcome to the Ghetto Sapien channel. Today's my second installment of Let Me Run My Mouth for a Minute podcast. So, since I don't want to waste too much of your time, let's get started. Push or pull. The political tides are changing as the 2022 midterms are coming up. Predictions of a political earthquake are being made, but we'll see if that actually happens and what it means for the future of this country. We already know in which direction voters are headed, from left to right. But what's important to know is, are they being pushed or pulled? Are they being pulled by good Republican arguments, or are they being pushed by bad Democrat behavior? Republicans like McConnell and McCarthy have gotten used to being the beneficiaries of the big push. Instead of being innovative and proactive, they wait for Democrats to push voters towards them. It's a passive and lazy tactic. It forces Republicans to rely on Democrats being crazy. And lately, it's not really a bad bet because nobody does crazy quite like a pissed off leftist Democrat. But you can't grow a party if you're dependent on your opposition being crazy all the time. It's an inherently weak position. Republicans need to bring sound conservative arguments to people outside of their party. The Republican Party needed strong pullers. That was the problem, but the establishment didn't think so. So in 2016, the voters thought otherwise and voted accordingly. Enter Donald Trump. Trump is a puller. He went and spoke to the black community asking them, what do you have to lose? Something the likes of a Romney or a Bush they would never do that. And the Democrats lost their mind as predicted. They went crazy. Because apparently Trump ignored the unspoken agreement between the parties that the Democrats own the black vote and no one else should talk to their blacks. And then, after Trump was elected, he doubled down with HBCU funding and prison reform. And then he promised to introduce school choice and enterprise zones for his second term. Trump grew the Republican Party by pulling disengaged voters in from the sidelines and winning over groups that previously rejected the establishment Republicans. And by being a big pull, Trump increased his support by millions towards the end of his first term. That was something few other presidents of either side ever managed to do. And what's so frightening for the Democrats is he's not alone. DeSantis is another Republican big puller. His aggressive and unapologetic support of conservative ideas has turned his entire state into a pull zone and made Florida solidly red for years to come. Both men prove that pulling works. Conservatives already have good arguments and solid ideas. What they need are more proactive pullers and fewer passive politicians. As Trump would say, go out there and grab them by the primaries. You freaking pussy.